Let's review the priority nominating process for the Africa Regional Priority Setting Workshop. Here we are on the Minor East Foundation homepage, and you can see there is a button here for workshop information. Or you can go to the Events drop-down and select Africa Regional Priority Setting Workshop. Please note, you can switch the website language to French from the language selector at the top or bottom of the screen on the website. All right, let's click through. So from here, you can select Nominate Priorities. And here you'll find basic instructions for nominating existing priorities and submitting new priorities for the workshop. It's important to understand the unique ID of the existing priorities for the nomination process. Please carefully review the list of existing priorities available from the View Current GM UPL button just below the instructions and above the nomination form on this page. Let's take a look at the list of existing priorities. Here in column A, you can see the existing priority unique ID. That's the number that you want to identify when you're using the form to nominate existing priorities. The list is presented as a read-only Google worksheet, so you can use Google's sort and filter features, which you'll find helpful in narrowing down the list to find priorities of interest. To access the sort and filter features, just hover in a column header. Then you'll see this little drop-down arrow. Click on that and then sort. You'll see that it pulls up a temporary filter view. And then you'll see also these other drop-down arrows within the column headers. I want to nominate an existing priority for coffee, so I'm going to click on that drop-down arrow in the crop name. And then clear the filter. And I'm going to look for coffee. And I'll select that and click OK. Now, I'm going to dismiss this. Now I can see there are several existing priorities for coffee. The one that I want to nominate is Rust. I see there's already an existing priority for that, and the number is 3814. So I'm going to just take a note of that. I have a little piece of paper with me. So another priority I want to nominate is the cashew powdery mildew combination. So I'm going to filter for that. First, I'm going to clear off coffee. And then I'm going to search for cashew. And I'll click on that and then set it OK. I see the existing priority that I'm interested in here. So I'm the unique ID for that priority is 3471, and I'll take note of that as well. Now I'm going to go back over to the Minor Use Foundation website to the nomination form. All right, so up here at the top, I'm going to fill out my information. Select my country that I'm representing. Okay, and now here in the existing priority ID, I'm going to fill out 3814. And then I'm going to click this button to fill out the rest of the form with the information on that priority. This will auto-populate the rest of the fields, which you can see that that information is pulled from the global minor use priority list. Okay, just check to make sure that it's okay. Then you can select I'm not a robot and click submit. Okay. After you click submit, you'll see a thank you screen that includes your country, unique ID of the existing priority, the crop name, and the target common name. From this thank you screen, you can nominate another existing priority or add a new priority. Just click on either of the links that's available. I'm going to nominate another existing priority. Okay, so I selected that. As you can see, your name and country is already filled out on the form. Then you just enter the next priority that you want to nominate. The second one that I want to nominate is 3471. I'll click that button to autofill the form. Check to make sure the information is right. Yes, it's cashew, powdery mildew. Okay, that all looks good. And I'll click on I'm not a robot and submit. All right, let's go back to the global minor use priority list. So when looking at the list of existing priorities for coffee, I see there's not an existing priority for the combination of coffee and coffee leaf miner. And that's a particular problem in my country. So I want to nominate that as a new priority. I'll go back to the foundation website. I'll go back to the foundation website on the other tab I have open and click on Add a New Priority. Here again, you'll see the form populates with your name, email, and country. Scroll down a little bit and you'll find a drop down for the crop common name. Click on that drop down and you'll see all of the available crop names. Click on that drop down and you'll see all of the available crop names that are in the current global minor use priority list. If you know the crop you want to nominate is not in the list, scroll all the way down to the bottom of the drop down and select Add Option. This opens up a dialog box where you can just type in the option you want to add, and then you click OK. Coffee from the drop-down list. Then I'm going to go to the target common name, click on that drop-down, and look for leaf miner. Again, these are all the available current targets in the existing priority list, and I'm going to scroll down and select leaf miner. Ideally, you will know the scientific name of the pest. Let's see if I can find that. And again, this list is all of the existing current scientific target names. The target scientific name that I'm particularly looking for is not available. Be careful when you're looking through this list of target scientific names, because it may be that there might be some abbreviations involved in there. So I'm just gonna, but I don't see what I am looking for. So I'm going to scroll all the way to the bottom and I'm going to add the option of the target scientific name that I want. I'll click OK, and that adds it to the list available for myself and for others who are nominating. Then let's see, now we move on to the cropping system. If you want to nominate a priority for both field and greenhouse, please make an entry for each system. Okay, I'm going in field. Next, select climate zone. If you don't see the option you want, select the other field and fill in the blank. Okay, I know that I don't need that. I'm going with tropical. So you can see how you can clear off the errors there. For the discipline, I'm going to select entomology. Now, everything in this section below is optional information for submitting a new priority. Everything above includes required fields. We must have this information from you in order to submit a new priority. Okay, everything below in this section is optional. You notice that there are reference links here included right within the form. So if you want to look up those codes, you can. We also have a drop-down list of potential solutions. The solutions included in the dropdown come from the IR4 project list of solutions and includes over 900 options listed alphabetically. Again, this field is optional, but if you understand or if you know of a potential solution, please select it. Now go to the bottom and select I'm not a robot. Now go, let's see, now click on Review Before Submit. This gives you another chance to make any changes before submitting the new priority. If everything looks good, then you can go ahead and click on Submit. If you notice something that you need to change, just click back to Form. And now I can submit. You'll get the thank you screen that includes your country, the crop name, the common target name, the cropping system, and then also the options to submit another new priority, or you can go back to nominating existing priorities from here. Okay, I'm done for now. So I'm just going to check my submissions. And to do that, I'm going to go back over to the tab to the list of existing priorities. Okay, now down here on the bottom of the screen, you'll see that there is a tab for nominations. Click on that, and then you can view what you have submitted. You can come back on a subsequent day to add another priority. For example, I've discussed a new priority with my colleagues. So what you'd want to do in that scenario is click on this link here. The link right above the Nominate Existing Priority form, and that gives you access to the Submit New Priority form right away. We did it this way because it's most likely that participants will nominate existing priorities first and then add new priorities by clicking on the links within the thank you screen. Okay, well, that covers the nominating process. Thank you so much for your time and for your participation in the priority setting process.